Hello, folks. How you doing? Ah, good lord. Congrats on the AC. You know what? It's not here yet. It isn't. I have no idea. There we go. Yeah, I just ordered one. But it hasn't actually arrived. What I've done today, actually, for this stream, I have enlisted the help of a second fan. I have two large fans in here pointed at me now. I know they jack up the price. I don't care. I would have paid double what it is. I'm like sick of feeling like sweltering. I started feeling faint in here the other day. Oh, the heat will immediately stop once the AC is installed, yeah. And then it'll probably break before the heat waves next year. An entire week of this is too much. It is, and I live in a building where there's another house above mine, right? So no heat goes out the top of my house whatsoever. It's just the upper floor is just like a swamp. I have a big one and a tiny one. I have a tiny desk fan on the shelf next to my desk that I use. Well, I used to use that. That used to be enough. And then I got a big standing fan in the back of the room, and then that used to be enough. And now I've got two of those. I've brought the living room fan up to point behind me as well. Your block of houses which are not flats. Yeah. Why is this? This is hard to understand for people, isn't it? Look at my wonderful airport bus there. Isn't it beautiful? I've done minor amounts of building. I extended the bus a little. This makes modular engines. This makes thermal propulsion rockets. Which we have like 100 of. I might turn that machine off once we've got enough to make the bits for phase 5. This makes adaptive control units. And this makes assembly director systems. And it's idle for some reason, even though it uses 3.75 a minute. And this makes 5 a minute. Oh, because it's half of them are going into... I see. Half of them are going into filling up this stack in the dimensional depot, of course. I bet the AC unit's very small. It's the right size to do this office. Yeah. Someone took out the metal bits and jammed a long block of wood in the side, and now it opens much further. Honestly, this block of houses, right, used to be really cold, and then the council put in all new windows, and then they put cladding on the outside, and then they did the insulation in the roofs, and now it's like it's a toaster. It's so warm, and I'm sure it's really nice for all the old people in the winter, but I like it when it's cold. So in the winter, I'm lovely and warm. In the summer, it's like an oven. Genuinely, it's horrible. This makes radio control units. This makes turbo motors. Ah. Yeah, if you're cold in the winter, you can put a jumper on, and you warm up much quicker than it's easier to get cool in the summer when you're too hot, you know? Nuclear pastas. Aren't they funny? Oh. Your stream often buffers a lot for me. VPNing to UK solves that. I've noticed it with other UK streamers. Oh, that's strange. I wonder if it's something I'm doing. Oh. That's not true from Rocker there. Has anyone watched the video? Is it any good? Is it worth releasing? I feel like that's a bit loud. I want to be scared of people. 9. Shit from a butt. That's our first review. Very good. Alright. Are we continuing with the boss? Or are we going a bit more freeform here? I saw the new video. I liked it. I like the part where you listed things. There's so many of those. I didn't even include like the longest one he does. What else do we need then? I think we're in the phase 5 construction part, right? It's just what makes the other things even. I would guess that a blender probably makes biochemical sculptors. Now we make assembly director systems, and then all we need is trigons. We make assembly director systems right here. So if we make this right here, then all we need is water, and we got water down there, and trigons, and we got trigons on the bus. Any chance you'll be putting these Satisfactory streams on your VOD channel? Probably not. I got an email from someone who was like, I want to set up a VOD channel for you where I upload your VOD after, like, I do some playthroughs I put on a VOD channel, but not just where I'm like sitting around farting about. Whoever that was though, yeah, you can do whatever you want. I assume they're probably here. If not, I assume they'll probably be watching this at some point. Yeah, I don't mind. Sorry I didn't email you back. I read it when I was asleep. You should have gone to every listed place in films. You know what? That's what H-Bomb would have done. Isn't it? Here's a bus here. Well, you know, not fully asleep, but I was like, oh, I'll respond to that when I wake up, and then I fell back asleep. What do they want you to pay them? Well, good luck with that. We got permission to do whatever we want. The email didn't put me asleep. It was nighttime. Well, it was a time when I was asleep, at least. Whenever I say the word trigon, I think about the word try guys, and then I think about when the try guy cheated on his wife. I think about that every time I see a trigon. Is that just me? This thing just leads instantly to the try guys, and then the try guy who cheated on his wife, just immediately. Yep. Lovely. That's a crazy name for this game. Crazy Fist. Oh, well, I suppose, you know, it's on brand. Alright, we need Blender on this platform. Right in the middle of it. Lovely. And I'm going to move it just a tiny bit. Someone asked what the new video is about. It's a review of Matt Goodwin, who is a racist. His
Hello there.
book that he's written about the UK. Scapeworm? Scapeworm. Thank you very much for the sub. Very appreciated. Thank you. The book is called Suicide of a Nation. And it sucks. It's not good. What do you give it? I say it's brilliant. I say it's the must-read thriller of the summer. Is it better or worse than Stellar Blade? It's better than... No, it's much worse than Stellar Blade, obviously. Stellar Blade is just a mediocre video game, where the worst you can say about it politically is it's got some sort of thoughtlessly sort of regressive portrayals of women. But it's not intentionally sort of evil. Or is it? Is it better or worse than Mein Kampf? It's written worse, I will say. But in terms of impact, it's probably not going to be as bad. I'm not calling Hitler a good writer. I'm saying Matt Goodwin is a fucking dreadful writer. Actually, I should say it's written better, really, because like if Hitler had written this instead of Mein Kampf, he probably wouldn't have got anywhere, which would be a good thing. That's clearly not straight at the game. What are you doing? Neither of them wrote. I do think Goodwin wrote bits of his own book. Because some of it, I never say it explicitly, because I don't want to, it sounds a bit, it is true, it's what I actually believe. It feels a little like I'm overstepping to say, I think that he wrote parts of it because they're too bad, and if ChatGPT wrote them, it would be better. But that is true. Biochemical sculptors. Which need assembly director systems. you know, it's like right there to there. You know, my laziness just wants to do that. I'm like, no, I have to put in an elevator and run it through the wall and back up again. Just so it looks neat for you freaks. I don't think Hitler was successful due to his writing capability. Yeah, it was his capacity as an artist, wasn't it? That really did it for him. His paintings were just so beautiful. What's the tool in your left hand? Or in the game? That's part of the controls for the hover pack. Yeah. Nope. It's completely wrong. That's correct, I think. Is it? It's not, is it? No, it isn't. What the hell is wrong with me? You know what? It's the heat. I'm blaming the heat. No, it... Yeah, okay, that is right. I was about to freak out then. It was going to be like, no. Doesn't matter. So video then, worth putting out, no massive, enormous clangers in it. Type the word ass in there to get what I want here. There we go. I've been slooping these machines as well, because why not? Even if I overclock this, it'll use 1.25, and this thing's producing 3.75, so yeah, no problem. You make... Yes, I made... Listen, I'm nervous about the video. Be nice about it. Yeah, video anxiety. I've had people have posted comments on Patreon, but I haven't read any of them yet. Someone here can probably read those, right? Are they bad? Is someone like, oh my god, I can't believe you said that? You should immediately someone look for me. Give me a summary of what it says. There we are. It's the nearest water. We can use this water. How much do we need? Let's go have a look. Yeah, Ashley. Well, I'm gonna ask Ashley to read them to me later. Oh, 25 a minute. Oh, that's nothing.
Hello there.
Emily Crab, thank you very much for the sub. Very appreciated, thank you. Your work's always been insightful because you have skill and put in the effort. But see, that's the problem. I'm like, maybe I convince myself that the anxiety is part of the process and that I need to feel bad in order for it to not be rubbish. So, so I have to do this bit as well. But thank you for saying I was skilled. There we are. There we go. Look at that. It's working. It's working. That's going to make 10 a minute? Damn. That's all our biochemical sculptors, like within a couple of hours. Oh, thank you, Crazy. That's too nice. You're all too kind. Am I making magnetic field generators anyway? Would you believe it? I'm not. There's no electromagnetic control rods that I have made at all. And I need to make 256 of these expansion servers. Which needs... one of these goes to one of them. So one of these goes to two of them if I sloop it. So we need... call it like 130 magnetic field generators. Which... we can sloop this during the process as well. So that's only like 60 control rods or something. Let's just create them on the spot, eh? We'll use fake second airport as a little base to just make things we need in the moment. There we are. And then I don't think I've ever actually made electromagnetic control rods anywhere. I think I just found all of those on the ground. There we go. Are you going to make some supports? I started making supports. Hang on. Oh, wow. You show people my Harry Potter video as a prospective romantic thing. That's wild. That's funny. Like, hey, I know what we could watch. People have told me, for some reason, in the past, and I don't know why this is, but some people have said, I put on one of your videos during a date, and we ended up sleeping together for the first time while your video is on in the background. I've at least 3 different people have told me that over like the last 10 years. Which is an odd thought, I will say. Not it. Let's set up that. Expansion servers. I'm gonna do it. It's 1. And we need a converter over here. Beautiful. Making excited photonic matter, which this thing needs 250 a minute. Just overclock that like that. It's too distracting, and I don't want them to miss the important points. I was thinking, what if it's a really sad one? What if it's, you know, what if I start talking about something really miserable, like, midway through? I mean, surely not the Gaza one. I would hope not. Maybe one of the funny ones. Oh, that's nice to say, Train. I liked when you were reading out names of cities. It was good background noise for my sex date. That really, it is unbelievable though, isn't it? Ignoring the sex joke. Now our problem here is that this makes 500 dark matter residue. Which we obviously need to do something about. How do we get rid of that again? I think we do this. And we tell it to make. No. How the hell do we get rid of it? Particle accelerator? I joined the Patreon. Drainog. You do not have to join my Patreon to watch my video. I used to just like build this anywhere just to see. Yeah, we make we do dark matter crystallization. And it uses 500 a minute. We don't need to slip it though. Okay, I just need to find a way to put this somewhere. I think I did see a comment where someone was like, Irish people don't call it the potato famine for like political reasons, right? I should fix that. I'll fix that. There we go. Now this makes this, and there we go. This uses up all of our dark matter and just flushes it straight in the toilet.
Hello there.
Find the Albinoric woman. She hides in a cave to the west of the Lascia ruins which jut from the mist-shrouded Lake of Lyonia. She knows the location of the medallion's counterpart, I am sure.
Legsy, thank you very much for the sub. That's very kind, thank you. And for the message, of course, which is very useful. Look at this. We are now spiking production above our capacity because of all this crap we've just turned on. Congrats on the aircon. It's not here yet, but yeah. I've overspent on one, but I was like, fuck it. I need to be cool, or like I'm gonna get heat exhaustion. The demand pricing isn't. Yeah, I said this on stream. I nearly caved like a little while back, a couple of weeks ago. And I was going to buy one. And there was one that was like 700, 800 quid or something like that. And then I looked at the reviews of it, and the top comment said, "This is the best £250 I've ever spent." I was like, oh, fuck. They've like doubled and tripled the price of them in the summer. Price gouging. I mean, it sucks that it's like they know demand for them is high, so they're like, yeah, fuck it, double it. Really though, it's like a human rights thing now. What with global warming, our buildings can't be this hot. We have a right to be a regular temperature. Oh yeah, we need to put these somewhere, don't we? That's really not bad. You don't need too many expansion servers. The main... This is not really a production problem. This is a power problem. It's like, okay, you can turn all these machines on, but they are gonna fuck your power system beyond belief. But luckily, we already built that massive power plant and all those battery towers, so we're fine. Is the machine of the sound... Oh, I don't have the soundtrack on. All these machines are just really loud. Beavers are very interesting. Beavers are very interesting. Look at that. We have more than 100 biochemical sculptors already. Alright. Well, that's... we're making pasta. We're making AI expansion servers. We're making biochemical sculptors. The only other thing, then... are ballistic warp drives. Now, thermal propulsion rockets we have. In fact, we only need 100 of them. I might go turn off the thermal propulsion rocket machine. So we already have 172. And that's just eating our other materials, you know. Alright, you're going on standby. My workplace has put up some posters saying to open a window instead of using the aircon. That's crazy. 900. Yeah, like, people can pass out in this heat, you know? It sucks. Someone on Blue Sky was like, don't get a portable unit, install a proper air conditioning. I'm sorry. What are you talking about? You don't know what it's like over here. So superposition oscillators there. I've got them. Or at least I will have. What do we need? Let's see, it'll be 2 to 2, so I need 200 of those. See, that's a thought, isn't it? This is making this. Let's save 200 of these. Oh, hang on. I've already got... Let's see. Superposition. I've got 500 of these already. Just hanging out in DigiSpace. So I don't need to worry about that. They're good. Dark matter crystals are easy. So singularity cells. We need 5 to 1. So that's 5 to 2. So that's 500 singularity cells we need. How do we make them? 1 to 10 on the nuclear pastas. I would like to, but you know, it's not going to be enough space, is there? I fled to my cousin's house. I did not leave the house for 5 days. I imagine your cousin like, oh, about time you headed off, isn't it? Valkus 92. It was really nice seeing you and everything. And you're just like, yeah, I'm not going. Alright, so 200 superposition oscillators. Nope, that's the wrong thing to click. Yep, entirely wrong. Completely fucked it already. Forgot what I was making. You can go back into that. What am I making? Alright, so we can spend 100 of the nuclear pastas on this. Don't they look beautiful there? All wibbly wobbly. We need... oh, just throw 1,000 iron plates in. I've never set up proper concrete. All this concrete is coming out of a Mark 1 miner hooked up to a single constructor pointed at a box back in my initial first base I ever made. It has been chugging away, making 1 concrete a minute. Just all for this. Now its time has come. And we'll just shove in 1,000 of those as well. She understood she had the same issues with heat. Yeah. See, I'm worried that if I get a little air conditioning unit, I'm not. Maybe I shouldn't tell my sister about it. No, that'd be rude. It's like she might tell people in the family, and then I'll never be able to get rid of them. There's no reason not to sleep this. You aren't doing anything at the moment. Oh, I've already had your sleeps. I used up all the sleeps over there, didn't I? Oh well, you make 10 a minute anyway. I can overclock you then. And after she buys all your Christmas presents. Listen! We have a brilliant little setup where she likes shopping. And I don't like shopping. So I just give her money to buy presents for me. It works well for us. That's actually great. Isn't it? I feel like it's a good division of labor, you know? Alright, this is going to use 500 concrete a minute. So like, oh my god, singularity cells are expensive. Can you believe the actual huge bastards who made this game? No offense to them. They made satellite there's portals in this game. You can go from one place through a portal to another, but they make them be powered by things that you need to create lots of. They use singularity cells in order to work. But it's bullshit. The portal network thing, right? That should be the big, enormous power draw. It should spike an enormous amount of power out of the system to teleport you. But you shouldn't have to... Like, what's the point of the portal network if you're like, okay, I'll put a portal down there. Oh no, now I need to set up everything to make singularity cells to feed the portal, or I need to set up a huge transport network to ship singularity cells towards places where I want to put a portal. It's just so much work. Be quicker to just walk there and back rather than set up the system. But if you could just pop one down and be like, I'm going to use that, but it's going to drain my batteries to use it, so I better have a really good power system. That'd be fun. Be nice if you could automate stuff. I realize you can automate that. It just feels really bad to just be feeding singularity cells into a portal system just so you can use it. I think we're doing okay. That's 150, so we only need 100 more of them. We could finish off phase 5. Shaun should get his sister an AC unit. That's probably a good idea. That's 220 biochemical sculptors. Should we go and put some stuff in? We'll have a little flyover there. I want to make a proper platform here. I want to move that over here instead of just having it on a weird hill. Make it easier to get to. Get her one very publicly and then get yours in secret. Ooh. That is a good idea. My cold air machine cost me £320 3 years ago. I would have paid everything I had. I was just like last night. I was just so uncomfortable. I was like, I just couldn't cool down. I was like, this isn't good. Like, I actually feel like it's affecting my health. I was like, fuck it. Excuse me. Excuse me, lads. Everything's got so much more expensive, hasn't it? It's fucked. I'm gonna put you right there. Oh. Listen, I was advised to put the Patreon up by $1. Leave me alone. They called me to tell me to do it. I'm gonna do something really fun now. It's gonna blow everyone away. What's this making? Okay, iron and concrete, I think we're low on. Should have been doing this a lot longer. He uses so much concrete, and concrete goes back into the system so slowly. They threaten to break your knees. No. It was a funny conversation though when they did call me, because the guy was clearly like, he had 50 of them to do that day, so he sounded quite bored. And he was like, just running through it with me, and he was like, okay, so I see that you've got like, and then he paused, was like, oh wow, you're doing really well. He said. I was like, oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I guess I wanted to be like, up until now in this conversation, if you thought that I wasn't worth talking to. Do you think you'll attempt legal action? No. I deliberately, carefully don't ever say anything actionable. A lot of people submit their videos to lawyers before they put them out. I don't do that. I just trust my inner lawyer. Here we go. This is phase 5. Phase 5 is completing. It'll be done any minute now. No one's ever actually like tried to sue me. I've had legal threats before, but I just ignore them, and then they never do it. Was it a Sarah Z video, I think, where she was threatened with legal action, and there was like a long back and forth through emails talking about it, and like and that's that amazed me watching that, because I was like, if I'd got that email, I would have just closed my emails and went and had a cup of tea and literally forgot about it. Which is, I mean, it's worked so far, you know. Lindsay Ellis too with the wolf porn. Oh yeah. It's my just go have a cup of tea and ignore it legal defense. Alright, so let's see here then. When we make the ballistic warp drives, we need 5 to 1, which is really 5 to 2, which means we need 1,000. And we have less than 200. Concrete is going to be our big issue here. I can already tell. Well, see, the problem is this eats 500 concrete a minute, and things can only be uploaded into the dimensional depot so quickly, you know? It's part of the problem with relying on this, you know? Oh my god. Dance of the Goblins. I want to read the book called Dance of the Goblins. Alright, we have, over here, a pure limestone node. What if we go put that to work? Making the concrete we need for this. Dance of the Goblins. Dance of the Goblins got a fair bit of publicity because Hawkins managed to get herself on Dragon's Den to ask for funding for a movie based on it. Dance of the Goblins. Hagehuff, respected elder among the unseen goblins, has only scorn for humans. There's nothing so reviled as the human. Yet he's drawn into friendship with a human aristocrat by the dance, the celebration of life that holds the goblin society together in a world where nature has moved to cleanse itself of the ravages of human exploitation. Count Anton, human magician shapeshifter. There's a missing hyphen here. Rules the human world above, despite the conflict between the religious ideals of the common people and his own close society of magicians who live quietly among them. Anton wanders freely within the underground world of the goblins, gathering information on their society under the assumed protection of his friendship with Haghoof. Oh, here we go. It is his fascination for Tala, a goblin succubus, that may tip the delicate balance between the human and goblin worlds. Hunted by humans who feel he has betrayed them by his friendship with the goblins, and unwelcome in the goblin world where all humans are considered the enemy, he will be thrown into a deeper world where even the goblins have reason to be afraid. Oh my god, there's the underground and then a double underground. The goblin folders. I'm interested in this goblin succubus relationship with a wizard. Did she go on television and talk about this? Hang on, her books are called Dance of the Goblins. And then To Dance with Dragons. You can't do that. She lives in England with her family, which includes several cats. Interesting concept, but the writing needs work. Don't buy this. A lesson for future generations. Over the centuries, many humans, possibly out of fear, have ridiculed, shunned, or even sadly destroyed anyone who deviated from the norm. Miss Hawkins has cleverly interwoven the prejudices of mankind into a thought-provoking fantasy story. Cleverly. I think that these fantasy races might actually relate to whatever. I can't even be bothered. In a first for writing, author uses metaphor. That's great. It's a rhythm game called A Dance of Fire and Ice. I feel if you call your book something like To Dance with Dragons, you're kind of hoping to get a few confused purchases from people who were looking for something by a more popular author. Is that unfair? Is my limestone all the way down there? Alright, I don't care. We're going down to the beach. It's not a beach. Hello all. Sorry about this. You're just kind of in the way. Feel bad about that. Alright, we need power. In fact, no we don't. I'm going to my copper powder pickup. That's what I'm doing. These gobbos. I love when you're doing well. My favourite thing about playing with a bunch of goblins in a Total War Warhammer is when they start chanting, "We's gonna get ya," and things like that. That's so charming, isn't it? They're just fun little guys. Me. So good. Goblin jam. I wish I could just read awful, hackneyed fantasy stories all day. I'm like, it's just too mean, isn't it? I couldn't get away with it. I'd feel too bad if anyone, like, if any author ever saw, you know? Maybe I could read awful political crap where I don't feel bad about making someone feel bad. Like, if someone's basically just written, like, here's my really sort of poorly written take on fantasy, but I'm like, you know, otherwise, like, I'm not like a terrible person. I'm just a terrible writer. There we go. So I'm pressing this limestone node into extra. Concrete production. We have 600 a minute. Have you heard of Robert Jordan? I have not. That's my input here. Gorgeous. So what have we got? 45? I won't even need all of these. But we'll do it anyway, because I can't be asked doing the maths. Fuck it. There's boy magic and gal magic. I like that. I hope that the boy magic is like, no, I should. I shouldn't speak. There we go. I need to get back to the Discworld books. Yeah, I read Men at Arms recently. Again. Which is very good. I like the watch books. like to read Monstrous Regiment. I can't believe it. You let me spoil it for you. All right. Let's put in a box. I've heard that's a bad place to start. It's not so much that it's a bad place to start. It's just, you know, he takes a long time to sort of Pratchett sort of found out what he was doing as he was going, basically. Uh-oh. That's not good. Why is it going down? We're rarely producing less than that out of all this. Yeah, it's not that he was, you know, awful or anything. It's just, I respect that a lot as well as in, like, a writer where he's like, he figured out what he was doing as he went, you know. Like, he was still completing books and putting them out, but it's like, you know, it wasn't really sort of a fully formed idea for a while. Yeah, Glaucus. I agree. My idea here is that when the stockpile is full, this will start backing up. I should actually travel over to another limestone node and do this again, shouldn't I? While I'm doing this, I'll do this a few times, and I'll put two-dimensional things on each one. And that way it should refill, like, instantly. This one's near the SAM fluctuators. Oh shit. Whoa. The first two books are more like a series of skits. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Look at all these lovely trees that are unfortunately slightly in the way. 1,200 a minute. That's lovely. I haven't read any of the early ones in a long time. I've like went back and been like, I will read this particular Discworld book because I remembered a bit from it. But I haven't like the early ones I've read, but literally like more than 20 years ago now. So killer. They're just not gonna line up, are they? It's not gonna give me it, is it? Ugh. Alright, what do we do? I'll do. Power on. Another couple of dimensional uploaders. Oh god. Most Discworld fans I've met IRL are the best people. Makes sense. Makes sense to me. There we go. There we go. Okay, they aren't getting limestone yet. I guess it'll just take a while to fill all the machines, won't it? Nice. Jingo is a watch series book. That one is about racism as well. It'd be funny if that one was dodgy. These mysterious foreigners are just so different. In Chingo, I remember that, but from a lampooning it perspective. Yeah, I think that's interesting times. Jingo is about a landmass that appears in the middle of the ocean in between Ankh-Morpork and another country, and they both lay claim to it. And then there's like gonna be there's like racial tensions. Nice. This isn't my main elevator. This one is just up to this SAM node here. I think there was more of that stuff in his earlier writings. It's never really felt mean-spirited with Pratchett, though. Like, even when he's, you know, named a country like here's something that sounds silly in English. It seemed like he was never trying to like consciously offend or be weird about anyone, you know. There we go. I am home. Nice. Nuclear pasta. Oh, another 100 biochemical sculptors. Lovely, lovely. No, not take all. There we go. Oh, it's gorgeous. Look at it. So you have stopped because you're not making assembly director systems. Oh, because I just probably put some in, didn't I? There we are. How are the spiders? Spider news. I don't think there is any spider news. One spider. The one that got really fat. Because I think I accidentally fed it 2 crickets. It hadn't eaten in a bit. And I think I let it get 2 crickets by accident. Because then it was really big and fat. That has made what looks like it's going to be a molting web. And it's made it in a little mushroom ornament, which looks really cute. Yeah. Yeah, so this is something we need. This is why we made all those concrete machines. So the concrete will refill faster. Should keep emptying the iron plates as well. Oh shit. I'm not making any more dark matter crystals. I've just been vendoring them. Didn't realize how many of those things you'd need. What are we out of here? Magnetic field generators, because this is out of versatile frameworks. George Lucas said something very silly, didn't he, about AI? Like, oh, it's coming and you're a Luddite if you don't get on board. Did he actually say that? Because sometimes they say that. People say things like that and then it's taken massively out of context. I was just typing, did he actually say that? Because at the end of, you know, I don't want to remind him about the end of Star Wars. But Luke turns off his targeting computer and he trusts in the Force. He doesn't use the machine to do what he can do. You know? And then at the end of Return of the Jedi, the technologically advanced Empire, it loses a fight to a bunch of teddy bears fighting them with sticks and stones. Right? He was actually just being miserable about the future. Now he is in the past. Well, I do reject cars also, not because I love horses so much. But cars are bad. We're done. We're done on these things. That's much less fun, isn't it? So, since we're done on that, all this is just doing nothing now, isn't it? And all we really need is dark matter residue. So that we can turn it into... Oh, well, whatever. We'll let it keep doing its thing for a while. Yeah, that's right. Those lovely coupons. It's beautiful. All right. Let's make ballistic warp drives. We can strip this down, actually. I need the bits and bobs from it. lot of this stuff is just going to get vended. See, this, in one sense, I don't respect politicians who don't. When they're asked about AI, they should say fuck AI and fuck anyone who likes it. It's worthless. You can't leave any wiggle room whatsoever. Be like, fuck that. Fucking disgusting it is. Because if you're like, well, I do, you know, immediately they're like, person says AI is good. Buy AI now. Stock's going up. It's sickening. You should know that they're trying to use you. Okay, so now all this does is make dark matter. Out of reanimated Sam. Very good, very good. Oh, and look, our concrete's full already. Isn't that beautiful? That's what it's all for. Because we need 1,000 of these, and we only have 300 of them. Good. Can't make a good movie all by himself. See, I respect the prequels, right? Aren't great in a lot of ways, but they are interesting. The ways in which they're bad is interesting. Now, the new, the sequel trilogy, that's bad in ways that aren't interesting. That they just aren't good. You can see what he was getting at. Yeah, exactly. So we need darkness. There. Need way more of that. Thermal propulsion rockets. Yeah, this is just gonna mulch through all my dark matter immediately. The Last Jedi was good. The Last Jedi was between two bad movies, though, is the problem. Which means, like, I can see what Rian Johnson was going for, but it, like, as part of a trilogy, it doesn't matter. Unfortunately. Like, I've said this before, but you know what? Where they really screwed him over was ending the previous movie in the middle of two characters meeting. You can't do that. You can't do that in a Star Wars movie. That's so, like, that's rubbish. That is. Every other one ended open-ended. You could do anything you want. You could skip any amount of time. It should have been Rey is heading off to meet Luke. Then you can do anything. You can skip any amount of time you like. She can be waylaid on the way, or you can jump. She's already there, or whatever. But you can't do that. I'm not making these quantum things. What am I doing? Just throwing them in the... Ah, who cares? The little white cock ball. Here we are. Making ballistic warp drives, it's happening. It's just not going to be happening for very long. Fortunately. I need way more dark matter. Let's go sort that out. I'm a huge fan of Luke's trick. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, 250. Fuck it. 500. It's gotta be done. 500. We're going all the way with it. And then this is gonna eat a lot of reanimated Sam. Yeah, go. The power just immediately starts going crazy when you do that. So we don't just need to feed the other thing with dark matter, we need to feed this thing as well. The only actual... The criticism of The Force Awakens I have that isn't to do with the fact that I think it had fruit, you know, the only one I could lay at Rian Johnson's feet, I think, really, is that I think it's a bit overly long and overstuffed with stuff. But if they'd just given him the whole trilogy, then it wouldn't have to be that. He could have spread his ideas out a bit more, you know. The Mandalorian film flop hard. I have absolutely no idea. I have not seen it. Did it do well? $11. Dark matter is definitely going to be... Then again, I've just sped up production, so we'll see. The Force Awakens sets up this a whole new republic and then blows. Yeah, that's a real jarring cleaning of the slate there, you know. This another 50 nuclear pastas, why not? Even though they're so expensive. See, we want to be like. See, you don't have to completely destroy. Like, oh, we've got an even bigger planet-sized Death Star we pulled out of our arsehole, and it's gonna blow up 10 planets, and then it does. Like, that sucks so much. It feels like that's such a blow that it's so depressing that I seriously don't care about anything else in the movie. That's just so great, you know? I feel like the threat in that movie could have been, it's gonna fire and blow up the New Republic, and we need to stop it before it does that. And that would have been enough. It would have been better for a start, but it would have been enough. Oh yeah. Here's a fucking 1,000 Star Destroyers, and they've all got planet blow. Like, that's at that point you've got to be like, okay, like we've upped the stakes to a ridiculous degree where it's actually sort of just silly now. Like, that, I mean, for all you can criticize the first two movies, the third one is ludicrous. that one that one flopped so hard. It's truly like crazy, that one. You see, you know why season 1 of Mandalorian was good? I wish I could get like all Hollywood producers and streaming service executives in a room for this and be like, none of you know this, but this is true. What the public want is Xena Warrior Princess. That's what people want. They, even if they don't know that they want it, they want Xena Warrior Princess.
How come everyone constantly glazes Rogue One? That movie is not that good.
Thank you, Illegal Waffles, but I'm in the middle of a rant right now, so I'll circle back to that. People want Xena Warrior Princess, and The Mandalorian Season 1 is close to that, right? Because it is a wandering hero character going from situation to situation, getting into little adventures. People want that. Those shows are good, but they're so fucking reluctant to ever make it, and they've nearly veered close to it a few times, and then they're like, no, we have to make it part of this bigger, grander thing. Terrible. Stop doing that. What people want is medium stakes stories. I think they want, oh, Xena came to the town and it's being besieged by bandits and she's gonna stop them. And that's it. They haven't got a bomb that's gonna blow up the whole fucking planet. It's just the Xena met a little girl in the village and she's sad because the town isn't doing well. That's enough. That's all we want. That's what you want when you're like eating a pizza, you know, and you put something on. You don't always want the whole planet to be blown up. You know what I mean? This, and I've said this a million times, but it's true, and it's worth saying a million times. That's exactly what the Obi-Wan show should have been. That should have been wandering, like, giving up on his beliefs Jedi, getting into a series of situations and always doing the right thing, even though he's lost his faith. And then over the course of the series, he slowly, like, you know, redevelops his connection to the Force. Brilliant. Why not? You don't have to make that some big fucking plot with a bunch of Star Wars characters we already know in it. Just have him wandering around the desert and being like, "Oh no, the Empire have come and they're oppressing this town, and Obi-Wan's going to stop them." And the Jedi hunters are on his trail, so he has to keep moving, and they're following him, and sometimes they catch up to him and he gets away. Fucking easy. Media is easy. I mean, I understand I'm working from make everything like either Star Trek or Xena Warrior Princess. But I don't think that's the wrong answer. I think that's the right answer. It's Samurai Jack. Exactly. Yes. How are we doing? What are we out of? Sam Fluctuators. No, not Sam Fluctuators. I'm entirely wrong. I'm out of reanimated Sam. 10% of shows can be Sopranos. Yeah. Oh, look, I've got some dark matter crystals tucked away. Here we got 31. We're not doing too bad. May as well pop them there. Not use them for anything else. To circle way back to Illegal Waffles. I didn't really like Rogue One all that much when I watched it, but I did like Andor. Maybe a series was just a better format for what they were trying to do than a movie there. That one I also felt was a bit overstuffed with things. How are we doing for biochemical sculptors? Ooh. Ooh. Let's pop all these in. I felt the second season ended a little abruptly, I will say. I felt like they were like, "Oh, that's us. We're done. We're off now." How are we doing for pastas? We're not doing too hot. Well, I mean... Sorry, it's so loud over here. We make 2.5 a minute. I mean, I don't know if it's a problem with Andor so much. Or I think it's not a problem because so much Star Wars stuff has been so crap. But Andor doesn't need to be Star Wars. Like, you could change a few names out and just have that be its own sort of show in its own universe, you know? Like, you don't see a lightsaber, you don't see Darth Vader, you don't see the Emperor. There's no, like... It's just like a good sci-fi show that's in the Star Wars universe, you know? Like, you could... It would not take very long. If you gave me all the scripts, I could do find and replace for Star Wars terms, and it'd be a new series set in its own universe very quickly, you know? And I feel like that's good because of the oversaturation of all that crap and everything else, you know. But I also do kind of wish that they were just making shows set in other. I wish there just was more space, or even I would take more stuff like Andor, like, you know, Star Wars is set in another galaxy, like you can. Do whatever you want there, you know. Supposedly. Good. How am I feeling? I feel better with the 2 fans pointed at me, I must say. Yeah, you could do stuff back in the past. You know what, I've been idly playing through the first Final Fantasy VII like a half an hour at a time. They could make a really good Final Fantasy VII prequel about the first time, about like when Jennifer landed on the planet. Because then you've got a planet with established rules and a sort of basic plot of a story, which is an alien comes to the Earth, causes all this destruction, and then a few survivors manage to seal it away. Like, that's just, you could make that. Why haven't they ever made that? Ballistic warp drives. How am I doing for cells? Oh, I have lots of singularity cells. That's great. Shove another 50 thermal propulsion rockets in. Good for those. It's just, I'm basically just shepherding dark matter crystals back and forth between these 2 boxes, aren't I? They wanted to make Dirge of Cerberus instead. Because Sephiroth... See, Sephiroth kind of sucks, though, is the thing. He isn't what makes Final Fantasy VII good. See, it's classic sort of problem, right? Sephiroth is a memorable villain because of how well the game introduces him, which is done brilliantly. But what's memorable there is a really good piece of writing, right? But what they look back on and see retrospectively is, oh, people like his character design or his long sword or things he says. It's a load of bullshit. That's not true. What people like is that he was, like, the game handled him extremely well in, like, the first third. The gif of Cloud and Barrett trying to open the big safe door by hitting it. That is legitimately hilarious. I was ranting about... Because I've been playing through it, I was ranting about it to Ashley. It's so cool how Sephiroth's introduced. Like, the big bad is President Shinra up until then, and he's got you in prison. And then Sephiroth turns up and kills everyone. And just wrecks the whole building. And you find the president with a sword stabbed through his back. And it's like, oh, I'm the villain now. And you don't actually see him apart from in a flashback for a really long time. And the flashback is genius. Because it introduces him, like, in a fight with Cloud in, like, the battle screen that you're used to, with numbers that you're used to, and, like, there's a dragon that, like, Cloud does 0 damage to, and then he just fucking hits it for, like, massive, like, thousands of numbers that you haven't seen yet in the game. You're like, oh shit, He's dead hard. The game has conveyed this to me cleverly by using the game mechanics. And then you have to do a whole thing getting around the big fucking snake. You have to catch a chocobo to get around the snake because the snake's like huge and just kills you. And then you see a snake impaled on a tree and they're like, damn, he didn't need to catch a chocobo. Sephiroth just impaled one on a fucking tree. Did Sephiroth do... Yeah. Cool as hell. They really nailed it. For a while there. See, that's an interesting point of comparison with the remakes, where the remakes have you fight the big snake. Shouldn't do that. That's wrong. That's bad. It's supposed to be an impassable barrier to a first-time player. He's all because of the trilogy nature of the new one as well. That like Sephiroth's all over the fucking place. You can't get away from the guy. He turns up in the intro. He's like Cloud seeing flashes of him all over the place during the first mission. He's like, hee, it's me, the villain. I'm gonna be appearing to you in visions and showing up actually in the game continuously now. You're gonna be fucking sick of me. I'm gonna be the final boss fight of all 3 games. Has 7 ever had like a proper fan translation? You know, by someone who knows the full context? I assume it has, because there's still a lot of bits in the game where it is just translated poorly, and it's quite clear it was translated by someone who didn't understand the context of what was happening. See, I don't really get Sephiroth's whole deal. I do find the Shinras, you know, they're sort of, we want to control the world and exploit people for profit, right? And like exploit the world's resources for profit. I understand that. Sephiroth's more like he had a bit of a breakdown when he found out that he was artificially sort of created, and then he believes that he is an ancient and believes he is like a superior race. There's a racism aspect in there that's quite interesting, I guess. You know, he thinks he's superior because of his race. But then the end, you know, his plan is very much, I'm going to smash the world to bits, you know, which is, that element of it is a bit boring. Draenor cover. Oh no! Is it spoilers for Draenor? Lovely. I'm gonna end up running 2 of these machines, aren't I? Let's turn up the pressure conversion cube. They gave the translator the lines in alphabetical order. Sometimes it's clear that they're writing very generically because they literally have no clue what's happening. And it's really unfortunate. I need to fly around and steal any of these that I've got about. No, I took them all out, didn't I? Why am I so low on summer sloops? Take them out of adaptive control units. Because they're making assembly director systems. Which are making biochemical sculptors, of which I have how many? It's another 100. I do have copper powder here. For some reason. And if we're overproducing these, 2.5, 1.5, then I may as well set up a box. Shove them in. Do I have any more I do have more pressure cubes there. Yes. 37. And they go from 1 to 2. And then we'll just fill this up with copper powder every now and then. Oh, when's the match kicking off? When's that happening? Oh, it's happening right now, is it? Wow. Congratulations to Argentina. Ahead of time. I feel bad for England. Because it's not possible to beat Argentina. Because you're not allowed to score against them. Which is one of those old, it's like an arcane rule, you know, in the system where it's like en passant in chess, you know, it's like, yeah, that's just how that works. You just pick that up as you go, you know. Why are you not allowed? Because if you happen to score against Argentina, what they do is they go back through the match in the replay footage and they find something that they say is bad that one of your players did, and then they use it to disallow the goal. It's just how it works. It's an interesting ability, yeah. It's not really Argentina. It's whatever, whichever country would be more profitable for FIFA to win the match, they do that for. So it's kind of a bit bullshit. Sounds like how Fizzy's 8-year-old nephew approaches Fortnite matches. See, I get it though. If Fizzy's 8-year-old nephew, if there were millions of pounds riding on the outcome, where they're like, more people in that country are gonna watch this if we keep that team in, and so we'll make more money off it. Makes sense. It's a lot of money riding on it. They can't just like let the match play out and whoever wins wins. That's like crazy. They're not there for the love of football. They're there to make the big bucks. I have no idea how much copper powder I have in the backlog here, but doing? What have we run out of here? Nuclear power. I think we've got enough singularity cells. I think I massively miscounted earlier. I'm gonna go with. See, I don't care about football at all, but I like intrigue. I like intrigue and corruption. See, I always hope that England make it to the finals and then go out on penalties. Just for maximum disappointment. Singularity cell. I did massively miscount. If it's 5 to 2, then 200 of these will be 500 of these. Which is, it's not bad at all. I didn't need to go get all that concrete. Ah, well, whatever. We've got it now. Alright, let's see how they're doing. Watch as England underway against rivals Argentina. Are they rivals? Aren't they just playing each other? Are you automatically see? I can't. I asked too many questions. This is why my dad stopped taking me to the pub to watch football with him. What's going on then? Let's see. England work it to the byline and win a corner. Well done. No, they are huge rivals. There was a war. Well, I remember the war. And the hand of God. Did your dad's football friends not enjoy your critical analysis? They didn't enjoy my presence in general. I think. But partially because they were always wrong about politics, and I was really sarcastic at them. And it made everyone uncomfortable. They've had several high-profile maps. It's interesting. If I see someone correct a typo in chat, I will go back and read the initial message after it. I deliberately go and find what they typed wrong and read it out. Beckham getting sent off. I don't remember that. Oh wait, hang on. Was he lying down and he kicked someone? I do remember it. See, look, I know football. What am I doing? We should check on this machine, shouldn't we? I could have just like hooked all this up in a place where it would have made sense, you know. Like, oh, we need a dark matter producing platform, and then that hooked up to these machines. But instead of that, I've done it this way. I don't think that we should have country teams. I think that that's regressive and nationalist. I think that there should be teams, but they should be based around concepts. D. Alright. What else am I typing in here? Nuclear pastas are killing me here. Concretes. I think I'm done here though. Which is good, because then I can stop putting half of my... Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. We don't need any more of this. We're good. It's all pointless. Stop putting half of my dark matter into this machine now. And just put it all into the other machine. We should do it by time zones. That sounds good to me. GMT. This is making 5 a minute, and it needs to make 91 more. Biochemical sculptors need another 250. The only issue is, though, it's these darned nuclear pastas that are doing me in. even after I went to 2 of them, fully overclocked and slooped. Still need 1,000, which is crazy. We should do it by profession. Oh, that'd be good. Yeah. Footballers would do well. I imagine. Against, like, chefs. Alright, that doesn't need any babysitting whatsoever. This just makes... Just makes biochemical sculptors. And it makes 10 a minute. So, in 20 minutes, we'll have all the biochemical sculptors we need. Except wants tea in Jackson. Is that true? I love that. That like thing about like the troops need to be like physical warriors. Like it's so like outdated. Uh-oh. I'm out of dark matter crystals. Uh-oh. My reanimated Sam is coming in really slowly. We're having all sorts of trouble. They should do it by gender. Oh no. That's no good. I've blown through my stash of reanimated Sam. One thing I do appreciate, I'm not going to hand it to Trump, right? Because he didn't do this on purpose. But it's I'll call it an interesting development of his leadership. Trump too, right? So American preeminence is based on 2 things, right? Which is the dominance of the American military and the American control of the world's oil supply. And everyone needs to believe in those 2 things for America to keep being the world's superpower. And he's completely fucked both of them. He's totally fucked it. On both ends of that. By starting and losing a war with Iran, like a much smaller power, because he doesn't want to commit to what it would take to win that war. Understandably, but he should have thought about that before he started. And he has handed control of one of the world's most important oil trade routes to the country he lost the war to, and also massively accelerated a whole bunch of other places transitioning to renewables because they don't want to have their economies decided by the whims of whoever wants to start a fight over the Strait of Hormuz. Like pokey stick. You won't. Your message got held up by automod there. That's bad. It's gotta be tough to moderate that sort of stuff, right? When it's just like that's just an actual word as well as a slur, depending on context, you know. It's just turbo motors. Throw in another 50 pasta. Beautiful. Throw in another 50 biochemical sculptors. Lovely. Also soft power, but they just ditched that. Yeah, like, you know, we'll give you this. And, you know, the contingency is always that America is basically spending $1 to get 10 back in return, you know? But all they saw is the dollar going out and were like, what are we doing that for? Let's stop doing that. Oh, that's no good. We've stalled out on warp drives. Yeah. I had a stash of reanimated SAM, which we've plugged into this machine, because it just drains it, you know? Let's make sure we keep on feeding this one. Well, we need 57. We should be able to get that. Happy with biochemical sculptors. You're still happening right over here. I really like the blender as a machine. Look at that. It's so cool. Yeah, they're working just fine. Also the general sense of legitimacy. Yeah. Particularly in the Middle East, it sort of has to be believed by everyone that if you cross America, they'll turn up with their army and do you in. And you can't just blow up a bunch of American military bases and they'll just send the troops to stay in hotels and then not do anything and just let you, like, have what you want. It's madness. I'm not saying he should do anything differently. He should not have attacked Iran in the first place, of course, but beyond that, it's embarrassing for the states. Like, if you watch the belts, you can see something move occasionally as things get used. It's like, oh, there goes a motor, a supercomputer, a crystal oscillator. You should watch these belts for the rest of your time playing this game. It'd be good if I just hovered there and didn't say anything for the next half an hour, wouldn't it? Have that. All I can think of to get more nuclear past us quickly is to just really quickly, like, where can they go? We need a pressure conversion cube. Am I gonna have the power for it, you know? Yeah, I can do that. Alright, let's build a blueprint. Why not? Okay. What we need for this is we need a dimensional depot. And then in front of that, we need a particle accelerator. We could squish in like that. Then back here, we need an assembler. This. We need 2 boxes going into it. We need to tell this to make nuclear pasta. Fully overclock it. And then they make 1.2, they use 1.25 pressure conversion cubes. Which is overclocked once. Well, I mean that. Okay. Let's call it 125, because then it's exactly on. And then this, we just plug in to the copper, and then we put 50 radio control units and fuse modular frames into each of these boxes. And we call this pasta. And then we clear it. Alright, where's the nearest copper? So that's going to be the choke point. We're basically done on everything else. Before I go, I will, whatever reanimated Sam I have. Oh, it's less every time. It's less every time. That's so bad. Alright, where's the nearest unutilized copper patch? Down near the electronics factory, it looks like. There's 2 over there. 3. Alright. To the electronics factory. What's the score in the big match? Still 0-0, eh? Has there been any shenanigans so far? This is about halfway down the train line, it looks like. They're just not playing. Neither team are feeling it today. That's fair enough. What the hell is copper powder made out of? I forget. Is it the ingots? I know it's made out of copper. Sorry, I nearly called you all a rude name then. Ingots, yeah. I couldn't remember if it was the ore or... I nearly called you all a word that I don't know if it's bad, so it's... I'm glad I can stop myself. 300 a minute. Oh, that's impure. Well, whatever. It's not doing anything else, is it? So a smaller smelter. See, the problem if we use the smaller smelter, though, is I know it's broken because I didn't fix it. That's a normal node. That's a pure node. Alright, sod it. Doesn't matter, does it? What's it gonna cost us, really, you know? I think I fully hooked this one up, didn't I? We've only got 300. It's 1-to-1, right? Only the bottom floor here is going to be doing anything. Right. So, I mean, why bother pasting it into the rest? Alright. So, if we've got it, it's 300 a minute, exactly. Makes 50 copper powder. That sucks. I shouldn't have built here. I regret this. I'm moving it. I need the pure node. That's going to be the only one that can do anything for me. Let's go to it. It is over here, right? Yep. Past the sulfur over here. All the work. That was no work whatsoever. It was just me realizing that that node was complete garbage. What we needed it for. Alright, where are we? It is to the left of us. Hello, cat. Here it is here. Alright, brilliant. It's a little scary working over the void. Please don't get mad about this. You didn't care. Okay. Now this will spit out 1,200 a minute, which is absolutely wonderful. That is exactly what this smelter can do. Yeah, that works just fine. Except we don't have power. Nobody be mad about that. We've all agreed to not be mad about it. I have no idea. When did I say that? Was I raging because I had some really small bananas at one point? 4 years ago. Oh, man. Hang on. Why didn't they copy over? I've been pasting. Did I swap to a copy of a blank one at one point? There we go. Now, what we need is copper powder. So we do 2 of them overclocked. That'll do the whole line at once. Copper powder. That's 2. That's not right. I hit copy, paste. Yeah, there we go. So that makes 200 a minute. Pasta. Fused. Take out 100 radio control units. I'll take out a bunch of stacks. There we go. put this on the network as well. Because this only uses 250 a minute. And we're making 200 a minute. Wait, that's not as much. That's not as much as it uses. Fuck. Alright, let's just have it used 200. Whatever. Fine. I'm not even fixing that. Not even fixing it. There we go. There we go. Well, that's gonna make 1 a minute. That's what I've accomplished. It's because I don't have any more summer sloops. Alright, it can make 1.25 a minute. One smelter isn't hooked up. Ah, I missed one. Yeah, I'm out of summer sloops. Alright, well, whatever. That's slightly faster. Little extra pasta machine there. Let's go home and see where we're at. Just saved me. Saved me from... I mean, I suppose it would have only been operating at 99% efficiency instead of 100. Which would have been unforgivable. Oh, I'm still worried about the video. Can someone look at the Patreon comments and the YouTube comments and tell me if there's anything really bad? I feel like it's less bad if it's filtered through someone. What are people saying? They're saying it's... I messed up. It turns out Matt Goodwin's actually a really good writer. Stop worrying. It's good. Alright. They're saying you're a terrible person. Are they really? You repeated tiny bananas several hundred times. That's just funny. Yeah, there's a video up on my Patreon page. Oops, gotta put that there. Now we're looking for warp drives. There's 6 in there, but I bet we've got... No, we don't, because I haven't been feeding that machine. H-Bomber Guys left a comment saying you're next. Is that true? Am I $2 away from a new Shaun video? Yeah, it's mostly there. There's a few little editing mistakes with it. here and there. One picture just disappears midway through talking about it. The audio isn't balanced, and I haven't put the conclusion and the credits on yet. But other than that, it's there. Feed this for a long time with that. There we go. We've still got 20 pressure conversion cubes here. We can fill this up actually. You can't just... Oh my god, that would be terrible. One does not walk into Britain. There we go, biochemical sculptors. Done. Now our only issue is reanimated Sam. For turning into crystals. What does 100 get me? Yeah, like 4 of these, right? We're making them. It's happening. It's just happening slowly. It's an extra 100 pasta I can throw in. Elon Musk should buy YouTube and rename it. Oh my god. Please, no. It's half time. Oh my god, already. Anyone scored? Has there been any intrigue yet? At least we can stop caring about this fucking Sam and dark matter once we've got all the warp drives. Some intrigue, no goals. Folks are yelling and shoving a fair bit. But why can't they all just be friends? Yeah, we don't need any more biochemical sculptors, so I'm just gonna turn that off. See, I feel like if all the players are nice enough, then they should just let them all win. I'm still taking with my my idea for 24 teams from each time zone. I think that would be really interesting. You'd end up with like a mix of North and South American players, you know, European, and I mean, there would be a bias. I'm sure some teams would be like, actually, there's like, you know, 3 islands in this time zone. Actually, it's just the ocean, and there's, you know, there aren't many people there. There would be no North American players on the Americas team. 10, and we need a few more. Do worry about my pastas. If we're making 2.5 a minute, in 2.5 a minute, and then another one off over the other way, we're making 6 a minute, which means we get 60 in 10 minutes. And then 600 in 100 minutes. And we need 400. Or thereabouts. I mean, unless I go build another machine. Or I could go and put summer sleeps in the one I just made. So that would speed things up a little. Would it take you more or less than 40 minutes to build another one? Less. I was going to finish up soon, but I wanted to finish this before I went, but it just could take me like another half an hour. This is essentially done. We can stop like worrying about the dark matter after this. Shaun stands completely still. Until he has enough materials. I could find another pure copper node and go set up exactly what I just set up. And that would get us another one a minute, you know. I guess once that's done, we can switch off more machines and use more summer sleeps to make more nuclear pasta machines, I guess. Yeah, let's see. It's not that bad. We've got 50. So we have essentially 650. So we need another 350 of them. I did see someone on my Steam friends list had been playing a session of this, and it was like for like 37 hours or something like that. There we go. Now this makes 2 a minute. And I was like, are they playing the whole time, or have they just left their computer on overnight to accrue materials? Zero shots on goal for both teams in this match. Are they both playing super defensively? Or are they both just crap? There've been something like 25 fouls. And back again. I do like the elevator, but I don't always want to wait for it. Let's put this here so I can fly. There we go. $26. Not quite, but nearly. I'll take them anyway. I laughed a bit too hard at the another wife joke. Oh, I'm glad. Happy to have made you chuckle. I did try to make this one funnier than usual. There we go, only 17 more of them. Toss another 50 nuclear pasta in. I'm gonna hunt for anything that's summer slooped. I was using them just to speed things up. Yeah, take them out of that. This one has several jokes. The bad joke in this is saying that after Matt Goodwin complained about the results of the election that he lost, I say Matt Goodwin is rather a bad loser. That's the bad joke in this video. But there's a few jokes that are alright. We don't need any more assembly director systems. There we are, that's enough to make another one. Oh, that's a pure copper node. To the northeast. Let's go do it. That joke was terrible, I agree. Gus. Well, if you get a sensible chuckle, it's not as bad as Joseph Stalling. That's the worst joke I've ever said. And that one isn't even my fault. I legitimately wrote that as a joke. I had people check the script for that one, right? And I wrote that as a joke for them. And then they convinced me to keep it in. I even had a note after it, which was like, don't worry, I'm not going to be keeping this in the final version. And they wrote in the script notes, no, keep it in. And I shouldn't have listened because I regret it. Because it ends on a sour, defeated note. It does, doesn't it? It ends on an even worse note than that, because that's just the link into the conclusion. And the conclusion's even more depressing. All I've got these days for hope-wise is China are making a lot of solar panels. That's me. That's all I've got. I can't just end every video with don't worry, because China's making a lot of solar panels. Where the hell are we? Go this way. Don't tell me you're in a cave. Oh, that's terrible. No, they're not. They were behind that bush there. Okay. We should never listen to any of you. Guess that's not a rock you can move. Okay. Do I have... What do I have near here? What the hell is that? I have a coal pickup. Oh, that's my old base. Oh, this is where I made power initially. Well, that's handy. Oh, hang on. A power line is literally running right over my head. That's even handier. Right. This is gonna happen with speed. I'm making another one of these machines. I want to see a speed run of this game. What do? Do they really quickly make a whole bunch of blueprints and then just toss them down all over the place? Powder. Overclock it by 2. Copy. Paste. Splitter. Merger. Caster. Fused. Modular frames. Pop in 100. And radio control units, we pop in that many. And then this makes 1.25. And then this uses 1.25. Our only issue here is we make 200 copper powder. And this uses 250. So what I might do is overclock this more. Now, at most it only ever uses 1.25, so we don't need to do that. But I might throw a summer sloop in here. Why not? Clock it a little bit. Now this makes 2.5 a minute. The second half has begun. Oh, look at that. I missed some. There we go. Alright, let's go home again. I should have thought about throwing a single summer sloop in one of the constructors for the other one. Back up, and then we'll see where we're at. I am gonna see Phase 5 complete before I leave today. Are there any Discworld, like, OG fans who are like, I really liked the early, like, parody, sketchy ones, and then he went and ruined them, and they're rubbish now? Alright. Oh, look at my little drone pod. It works so well, doesn't it? Like, yeah, where's Rincewind? Whenever Rincewind isn't on the page, everybody should be asking. It's probably the last of that I'm gonna have to do. This one I need to keep fed, embarrassingly. The first shot on goal in the second half? Well, I'm sad I'm missing this match. It sounds great. What were they even saying in the match commentary in the half? We need to stop shoving each other around and actually try to play football. Two. Oh, that's a bit depressing, isn't it? I managed to finish Phase 5 on my run. It was a complete mess compared to yours. Well, this is a bit of a mess. Like, most of these aren't even really hooked up. I'm just flying around seeing to them, you know. This sort of stuff is really nice. You know, I like this. Got like a main bus feeding into machines, like, you know. That's kind of cool. This, though, pasta. We can throw in another 100 pasta. There we go. We need about 250 more. which is, one of these machines would do that in 100 minutes. And I have 4 machines, which means they should do it in 20 minutes. Assuming I keep them all fed. I'm going for golden nut achievement. I don't think I've ever done that. That's 10. That should be enough dark crystals to make another 7 of these. There's so many Discworld fans in the chat. I guess technically we could go set up another one, couldn't we? Just continuing to set up machines that give you 2.5 of something. That's enough. We can shut that down now. World record for taming a doggo is 30 minutes. How do you even do that? I've never done that in this. Don't you just give them fruit? How did I end up with an extra ballistic warp drive? Oh, there you go, I made you an extra one. Alright, now that's done, this can come out. And this thing, which is handy, stop looking after you. You know, I have no idea whatsoever where this copper powder is coming from. That's interesting, isn't it? It's just... I just have tons of it in the bank, and I don't know why. Oh, that's great. That's great, that. What the fuck are you doing that for? That's absolutely crazy. Right, okay. Splitter. In and way. There we go. Need to steal from that, which is making these. And now these can share copper powder. I'm really surprised I haven't tripped the power here. Where can I look at power? Oh, I have. It's just those batteries are sorting us. Take all that off the belt. Oh, beautiful. What do you mean it's coming home? Did they score? Oh, shit. Oh no, that's good. It's not the final. Wait, soon. There we go, that's another 2.5. Hang on, I technically don't have to keep this belt. Do I? Like, what am I doing? I'm being silly is what I'm doing. I have it here. Let's just fill the box from there. There we are, now it's running by itself. No, not outgoing. Them in the incoming. I want to ship copper powder back to the copper powder plant, wherever the fuck it is. I have no idea where it is. Or how it's producing so much copper powder. I've never ran out of it. It's just steady, like, here you go, 1200 copper powder a minute. No matter how many of these machines you hook up. Let's see what happened. An unlikely hero. An unlikely hero in Anthony Gordon pops up at the back post. Why is that unlikely? Is he crap? He's a defender. Oh, I would be offended if I scored a goal in football and they were like an unlikely scorer there. Who would have suspected it? Like, hey, it's a bit rude. There we are. Less than 200 now. He wasn't supposed to be there. Half an hour left in it, is there? Well, I have nothing to do now. I'm not going to go set up another machine, because this will be done by the time I'm back. I do feel bad having this set up on just a floating platform, so let's fix that. Oh, crap. Let's be able to fly over here. Will I complete Phase 5 before the football game? I will. I definitely will. There's a load-bearing power lines. There we are. I'm not doing anything fancy with the legs. Just frame legs. There we go. That'll definitely support the entire weight of a space elevator, wouldn't it? Chalk up another 40 pastas. What are the prizes for phase 5? It's the last one, isn't it? I think the game just ends. Well, it doesn't end. I think you just completed it. But then what will you do? I will stop playing Satisfactory. And I will stream something else next time. I have a car here. I'll just do that for the next 10 minutes. There we go. 100. We have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 machines. Making 2.5 a minute. So we're making, call it 10, 15 a minute, depending on the other ones being slow. Ugh. I bet Shaun would be a great football manager. It's funny you say this, because I used to in my youth, one of my favorite computer games from when I was a young lad was a football manager game, and I was really into it, despite not giving a shit about actual football at all. I just liked the spreadsheets and the statistics. And it wasn't one of the football manager games. It was like a different football manager game. And I remember you could like upgrade your stadium. You know, I liked doing that. I liked it for the sim aspects. What was it? Let's see. I think it was Championship Manager, yeah. One of them. I do like Blitzball a lot as well. Blitzball could be so much more than it is, though. They should go back and patch Blitzball. You know what I mean? They should release an update for Final Fantasy X that just makes Blitzball like what it could be, you know? They wouldn't make Blitzball in Final Fantasy 14, would they? I would play it if they did. $70 more. Still 1-0, is it? What's going on in the game? There was a brilliant ball into the box, but a defender cleared it. There was a substitution. England should not get comfortable before scoring one more. This Argentina team doesn't give up until the final whistle. I don't like the submissive way England are playing, says Paul Robinson. But on the other hand, Wayne Rooney says, England need to dig in. Nobody really knows what the fuck they're talking about, do they? I don't think. $61 more. Wayne Rooney, famously good tactician. Was Wayne Rooney a striker? He was, but he was an atrocious manager. How many... He played for England, right, Rooney? I remember him. How many goals did Wayne Rooney score for England? At least 3. God, I would have started these ages ago if I knew how much of a ball ache it was. Oh, we're nearly out of pressure conversion cubes there. How about this one? Ah, we got tons. Did you like when Gary Lineker shat himself on the pitch? I didn't know that happened. Is that true? I'm not going to Google that. I don't want to see. Oh, there was a save. Well done to the goalkeeper. I can't believe I'm going to Google Lineker shat himself on pitch. Gary Lineker shits himself at World Cup 1990 against Ireland. Gary Lineker takes a shit and wipes his arse on the pitch. What the fuck?
I was not very well.
Oh, that's so gross. He, like, rubbed it into the floor like a dog. Well. I remember seeing a picture of a very upset-looking marathon runner who had shit themselves while running. I mean, what you do though, you know, you're on a good pace. You're near the end of the race, but you can't. You're not going to stop to go to the bathroom, are you? I mean, it's kind of gross though. I don't know. What are the rules there? Are you supposed to stop? Because I guess it could be rude for the people behind you if they have to run through a bunch of turds. Oh. I mean, I understand that. I mean, you know, I guess the heat and the exhaustion could make your bowels a bit runny. What are we talking about? Oh, I ran out of radio control units. Can you believe it? I actually don't believe it. We've finally... We've ran out. Because I've been draining them to be sent to other places. See, whoever emailed me to say that they would like to save every one of my VODs, you're allowed to do that. I'm not going to complain. But I don't know why anyone would ever want to watch this after the fact. Or now, to be fair. Like, or during it. But especially after the fact. Where it's just, I want to complete this game so I can stop streaming it. So I have to stand around for 10 minutes and we're talking about athletes shitting themselves. What's this hydration break stuff they're doing these days? I don't remember those. Oh, the Americans. I see. Yeah, of course. Yeah. That makes sense. Brought it. Yeah, that makes sense. I get it now. Of course, it's advertisements. Oh, we finished. Look, it stopped. I didn't think. Well, we're done with phase 5. I don't care about what Ada's saying. Nice. Launch can be initiated from there. It's building a ship, isn't it? Check oil. I forget about any of this. What is this? Set fuel injection level to 5. Oh, this is cute. Activate bus B1. Set left stabilizer to 9. Turn gyroscopic balancer X on. Done. C. Launch project assembly. Well. It's doing it. It's doing something up there. I'm watching the football feed and it's just saying Argentina hit the post. There's a save. Argentina are unrelenting in their attack. That sounds fun though. We haven't finished Voyager yet, no. I'll let you know when we pick back up with Voyager. It was making a ship all along. Well, I mean, yeah, like I finished the fucking project, didn't I? There we go. That is a countdown. Unvoiced. 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Oh, isn't it incredible? That's what we were building all along. They left without you. What's that? I thought they were bombing the planet for a second then. It's opened some sort of warp thing. There's no sounds here. The only thing I've got muted is voices, so did they run all this through the voice channel? Or is there just no sound associated with it? I guess it's in space, isn't it? And there it goes. And that's us. And now our guy just dies down here, I guess. we're done. Were you supposed to be on that ship? No. This is Ada, your new local instance of Ada. Pioneer purpose concluded. It's just like, fuck you. Yeah, I think what you were making there was just a ship to deliver other copies of you and Ada to other planets, right? And we are the self-replicating probe, isn't it? That's it. And there you go, we got the credits. You need to do it twice for it to work. There you go. It is a very good game. I like it. But I'm sick of it now. So I'm gonna finish up. Wee. Oh, I can't it literally wouldn't let me go to the thing here. Oh, alright folks. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for the support as always. And for saying nice things about my video. I'll be back on Friday at the regular time playing something that isn't Satisfactory. I'm gonna head off. Who am I gonna raid? Let's raid someone. Let's raid the Safs, why not? Excellent. Alright. I just typed / the Safs. That's not how that works. Alright. Brilliant. I'll see you next time, folks. Farewell.